Well, that's good.
Arm day, bis and tris, 4 sets of 10 by 15 on each exercise that we do, 3 to 4 exercises for each muscle group.
Many times before, but you want to make sure you keep those elbows nice and tucked in there. We should make it 1 minute at one time, just for the sake of saying it. Make sure we're doing things right. Look at this beefcake over here, dang.
The focus. Never seen him so focused in my life. For such lightweight.
Here we got some overhead tricep extensions. There. I don't know why he looked at the camera, that was a little weird. I was like that creepy guy.
We're back. Just finished watching the warm-up. Here we are starting with our first exercise, triceps. Our first, I like to focus on one muscle group first, making sure we get the most out of that. And then we move on to the next muscle group, which is biceps, towards the end of the video. Alright, first exercise was overhead tricep. Second exercise, here we go with tricep push downs with a straight bar. Next one will be tricep pull downs with a rope, and finishing up with closed grip bench press.
No horses, look at this dude over here. Didn't even know. Oh my god. Send this dude home. Somebody come get your mans, please.
Thinks he's all bad with that. Modeling for the cover of Small Arms.
This kid's got more camera time. He's a little jealous right now. Says I get more camera time. Okay.
Watch myself, watch him, watching himself.
Got some tricep pull downs now. We don't have that struggle.
Just more of a better footing.
Going over the physics and the geometry of the lifting, because they can't lift the same weight I can. Boom.
My brother trying to do triceps. We got this monkey back here. Ooh. Triceps. Same thing as before. Arms tucked in there. So you squeeze at the bottom. Max contraction is always most important. We got Juan here maxing out on close grip. Man, look at that max. Nice little exercise for the triceps. We are going to get some chest in here, but triceps are the primary when you closer grip like that.
On a lot of these exercises, I like to keep that constant tension, let the eccentric portion ride out in a controlled fashion, and then come into a quicker concentric portion, squeezing the muscle a little tighter towards the end. Once I start feeling that I'm having trouble contracting the muscle at the end, that's when I tend to stop my my current set and then rest it out for the next one. Close grip. Hold on, can you spot him? Puro pinche max ahí. Okay. So as you see, we're finishing up with tricep here, going on into bicep. And even though we warm up in the beginning, I still like to warm up have a warm-up set before every exercise. So not just before I do tricep or before I do bicep, but I still warm up before every exercise, only because every exercise is different, and I like to get used to the movement, get my body used to the movement before I actually start going into my heavier sets, which is usually around 3 or 4. I start getting a little heavier, still keeping hypertrophy in mind. So we started with the controlled preacher curls, letting that ride out. Moving on to the single arm curls with supination, just to target some of that outer head a little more, especially on myself, because I know it's a weak point. I need to work on that a little more. The next exercise after that would be the hammer curl. That's going to be coming up pretty quick right now. Targeting just a little bit different muscle groups. So still working on biceps, but now we include some of that brachioradialis as well. Muscle that pops out between the there on the forearm. Then we move on to the last one, will be the preacher curls with a varied grip, a little bit wider and a little bit closer. And that will be all the exercises that we do for arms here. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. All that for medium-sized arms. Alright, so that's it for arms. So in a lot of the exercises that I did, standing, I focused on stabilizing everything else except for the elbow whenever I was using my target muscles. That's because I wanted to focus on those muscles and I wanted to stabilize with everything else. So that's it for arms. And we'll finish up with a little bit of goodness here. I start the video, I end the video. That's it. It's a wrap.